Yeah. No, I will be back.
All ready for Christmas? I didn't go shopping yet.
They just gave me.
Yeah.
There was so much.
You remind me.
Hey,
Merry
Christmas. Yes, it is Merry Christmas. Now, your tie isn't as nice as this guy's.
You guys do.
Yes, thank you for giving us 5 minutes today. I'm gonna give an intro and introduce my guy just said, this was a week ago Monday. Just going through his, emails
I
and
know.
social media.
Oh, I know.
Can't we help them? So he by himself was gonna drive to Kentucky. We just thought we had a connection. Mentioned it to Todd. The chief, he talked to Todd, said, well, it just.
Hi, Nikki.
5 counties.
Who else do we have on the line?
Unbelievable. I was having goosebumps almost the whole time I was there, because I just couldn't get over that.
David Smith.
And they'll tell you,
Morning.
you know, Commissioner, otherwise very carpet bomb habitat. That's what it looked like.
I'm just gonna stay.
It was just absolutely.
Thank
It was unreal.
Happy holidays, Chloe.
Yep. Thanks for the card, Adam. Yeah. It was in the mailbox, it was sticking out in front.
Well, I read, I did more research, this might have been the most.
I decided to start hand delivering everything because I can't trust the mail to actually get it there one of these days.
It was gone. Of a tornado that one of the building was gone and the truck was upside down. Yeah.
So I did work for the lady, I didn't know at the time. We started talking. Her mother was from town.
Oh,
Her mother left her trailer to come over to her daughter because she was over there with the lake. And she said, the last thing I remember my mom saying is, oh my God. And they took the trailer. It was so sad. I don't know, I could go 100 yards. Oh, it was, that story was, oh yeah, and that's just one bit.
Who just joined? Hi, who just joined?
Hey, this is John Lavelle.
we're running a bit behind.
You have the solicitor too, right, Matt?
I got you. And somebody else just joined. Commissioners, I'd like to first announce any additions and changes to the agenda that were not previously posted online. Both items under operations 1.6 and 1.7 are going to be removed due to scheduling conflicts. We're adding an action item under Human Resources, and the other is Roxanne's regrowth temporary HR special projects, part-time new position, pay grade 14, $46.75 an hour, not to exceed 500 hours annually, effective 27 December 2021. And that'll be personnel action 6.1. We're adding that the commissioners are going to acknowledge the Township Fire Company for donating the fire truck as well as supplies to the fire company in Kentucky devastated by the recent deadly tornadoes as an information item 7.1. And we're adding Maya Toon, which will acknowledge that the county will be requesting bids for a no-till trail under information item 7.1.
Okay.
And Mr. Director, you will make sure that there's a motion by the commissioners to add those items in a formal way?
Commissioners seeking your approval to make these changes as identified on that.
I'll move to approve the change to the agenda, which would include the 4 items listed at the top of the agenda read by the director,
Plus 1.6, which isn't on there.
plus 1.6, which is on that.
I'll second the motion, but I guess the question is why are we doing this all of a sudden? We gave specific orders that we did not want the agenda changed after Friday, so that, you know, it doesn't disrupt the people that are responsible for this agenda, are responsible for posting it, to stay within the guidelines of the law. And now this is the second week in a row that I've seen this. We've addressed this before. Unless it's absolutely something that we would miss a deadline or we would be in penalty of, no agenda should be changed after Friday. And I don't, we just talked about this 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Why is this continuing?
Well, I think you raise a good point, Commissioner, and the only thing I can say is, obviously the 3 of us are not responsible for doing the agenda, the staff. I think that they chose to put the HR position on there because there was some concern about the timeliness. The other one, the acknowledging the Clinton Township Fire Company, I think that you're correct, that could have been done at another time.
Well, that's okay. No, that's fine, because
Well,
they had that information on Thursday.
There's 2 of the 4.
Yeah, 2 of the 4.
Yeah.
And the recognition of football. But no, the Commissioner makes a good point, and I guess what we're trying to say to the staff is, listen, if you don't get it in on time, then you're gonna have to wait.
You're done.
Wait.
You know, now, if there's something where the taxpayers are gonna lose money because you miss a deadline or something, you best get it on the agenda, but otherwise, you've gotta organize your work so that it's not
Absolutely.
done.
Okay. So, you seconded?
I did.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So carried. Okay. So at this time, I'll ask you to please rise for the opening prayer and the pledge of allegiance. Dear Heavenly Father, we celebrate this Christmas season and remember how you sent your Son, the light of the world, to a world that was lost. You chose to have him come as a baby, not as a king on a throne. Born to Mary, a young mother filled with the wonder of love, and Joseph, an obedient father. He was brought into this world in the most humble way, in a stable with a manger as his bed. The excitement of the shepherds, a long journey with determination of the Magi, so they would locate the peace of the Christ child. May we be as obedient, excited, and determined to seek your love and wisdom as they were over 2,000 years ago. As God chose the most humblest and lowly beginnings for Christ, may he use us for his will. He chose the least to receive the greatest news that the world has ever known. He taught us his love, to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. And let us during this season remember those that are less fortunate in the season of giving. May we share Christ's love with them. Lord, as we draw near to the end of another year, we celebrate another member of our work family. As she enters another season of her life, may you bless her with health and longevity in her years. She has been faithful and dedicated in her service for over 30 years to our residents. May you bless all those this past year who have chosen to turn that chapter. We appreciate and thank you for their lives and those that they touched. And we ask you to guide us throughout our meeting today may it be one of inspiration, positivity, and direction that is in accordance with your will. These things we humbly pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. We'll convene the Commissioners' public meeting at this time. And ask for approval of the minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So carried. And at this time, we'll have public comment on agenda items only. Okay, hearing none, we'll move on.
All right, Commissioners, 2.1, bid openings, Krista Rogers. I believe there's two bid openings, tire recycling for RMS and truck scale system rebuild for RMS.
Correct. We only have one bidder on each one. For tire recycling, it's Mahantongo Enterprises Incorporated, and it's $125 per ton for car, light truck, etc., and $250 per ton for agricultural, etc. On the truck scale rebuild, it's Fairbanks scale, and there was no price on the response summary.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Moving on to 3.0, accounts payable cash requirements. Okay.
Morning, Brady.
To the wall. Good morning. I'm here to present the cash requirements report for invoices due through the end of the year to be paid on December 22nd in the amount of $2,404,350.68, of which 57% is county general, 11% is grants and other funding sources, 30% is RMS, and approximately 2% is escrow funds.
Okay, is there any questions?
The only question I had was in page 7, which is the law, the Lycoming County Law Association. Mr. Mayor alluded to it, explain it to me, but
Yeah,
what is that?
what we do is whenever an attorney handles an arbitration case, they have the opportunity to donate their fee to the Lycoming Law Association. And when they do that, we hold them all until the end of the year and then pay them all at once. I'm not sure why they're held to the end of the year, but that's how it's always been handled, and that's why there's a lengthy list this time for them.
So that's, sir, it's not what I thought. I
No.
thought, no, I apologize for that.
That's okay.
I told you I wasn't positive. I thought that we were paying the law association fees on behalf of our judges and our attorneys, although obviously that's an awful lot, now that I look at the names here. So that gets aggregated, so they actually send it to the county? They send it, or, oh, is this an arbitration? It can't be an arbitration done with the county.
Yeah, they're all different arbitration cases, so I see a lot of them come through, and is Tom here today? No, his item got off the agenda, he could probably speak more to it, but
Yeah.
there's usually 2 or 3 attorneys on there. Some will take their fees, it's usually like $200, I think, 150, something like that. But if they donate them to the Law Association, we just put the invoices on hold till the end of the year and pay them all out to the Law Association.
So we receive it in and then pay it out?
Yeah.
Okay. Very
So,
good.
and so we acknowledge that that person, that's why you have individual ones. We
Yeah.
acknowledge that that person made the contribution.
Donated their
Okay,
time.
so we hold it
yeah.
as an escrow. Okay, that makes sense. Well, thanks for asking that.
Any other questions? A motion?
I'll move to approve the cash requirement.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And 4.0, TDA actions. Lauren, are you on the line? Okay, in Human Resources, create a part-time temporary HR special projects position, pay grade 14, effective 12/27/2021.
Okay, can I have a motion to take this up?
I'll move to take it up.
I'll second.
Okay, discussion.
Yeah. I believe in the beginning, if I'm not mistaken, we were talking about this temporary position not to exceed 500 hours. I thought we had changed that to 250.
I think we left it at 500.
Yeah.
I'm pretty positive.
Well, then there was another.
We talked about it.
You think she's only talking about a few weeks of training? It wouldn't even be close to.
I think we made it 500 to be consistent with the other requests for 500.
But it wasn't, it's not gonna be even close to that.
So the purpose of it
Right.
is basically to give us some transition between the Director of Human Resources, who's been with the county for 31 years, and the new Director of Human Resources who's coming on. And there's some items that the outgoing Director, Ms. Rico, does that no one else does in the county. So, especially with regard to end of year closeout, and so, there's lots of steps that have to be done, and also other items. That's the request.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So carried. This time we'll recess the Commissioners' public meeting for the salary board. And we'll convene the salary board.
All right, Salary Board, approve the following salary board action. Human Resources, create a part-time temporary HR special projects position, pay grade 14, effective 12/27/2021.
Okay, can I have a motion?
I'll move to approve.
And I'll second.
Further discussion?
Just want to.
Can we make sure it's in the minutes for the number of hours it's being approved for?
It is controller, it's actually in the,
In the beginning, but it is 500, not to exceed 500 hours.
It's up to not to exceed 500 hours.
Very good.
Okay? So we have a motion and a second. Discussion?
yeah, the only thing I want to comment on is, just for the folks, we don't always do this. Not every position requires transition. There's some positions where people have been here so long, and there's things going on, that it's really important to have this type of transition.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have another one coming up at some point where the person's been here for 33 years. And that's a long time to share that institutional knowledge and so forth.
And I'd just like to thank Roxanne for staying on, because it was a long, drawn-out process to find a new HR director, of which I'm going to be happy to introduce her. But she didn't have to. And there were things that, as Commissioner Maravito said, she's the only one that knows how to do some of these year ends. And we really appreciate her staying on for the transition as well as teaching.
Yeah, and I'll ditto that and say she did retire Friday, right? Friday was her last day. She won't be here today, but on behalf of the constituents in the county, I'd like to thank her for her 31 and a half years of service, and also, as Commissioner Massere said, the willingness to come back, after you plan your retirement and so forth, to put it on hold a little bit and come back is a very generous thing to do from both her and her husband. But thank her for the years of service. I've always, in the 6 years I've been here, relied on her for her honest candor and her integrity about issues, and I really appreciate that as an elected official who doesn't know what happened 10 years ago. To have that kind of candor from her or from any of the employees is something that I value very much. So thank you, Roxanne, and good luck in retirement.
I want to thank her first as working as an employee with her and then as a commissioner with her. She definitely has brought a lot of years of service and has advised us on a lot of important matters that we would have knowledge of. And we want to thank her for her service and continue to help in the transition of our new director. So at this time, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Krista?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Opposed, none, so that's a 4-0 vote, so carried. And at this time, we'll adjourn the salary board, and we'll reconvene the Commissioners' public meeting at this time.
Under personnel actions, approve the following. Human Resources, Roxanne Greco, temporary HR special projects, part-time new position, pay grade 14, $46.75 an hour, not to exceed 500 hours annually, effective 12/27/2021.
You want to go to the next, other one too?
Okay. And at pre-release, Marcia A. Thomas as a female resident supervisor, full-time replacement, pay grade 5, $15.37 an hour, effective 12/27/2021.
Have a motion to accept these two personnel actions.
I'll move to approve the two personnel actions.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, none, carried 3-0.
All right, moving on to information items, 7.1, Commissioners. Acknowledge the Clinton Township Fire Company for donating a fire truck as well as supplies to a fire company in Kentucky devastated by recent deadly tornadoes.
Okay, I believe we have Chief Wynn here and Larry Stout here. All you gentlemen want to come up? Glad to hear from each one of you.
I wear a lot of hats, and one I'm very proud of is,
To the camera.
oh, Larry
The camera.
Stout.
Let them come over to be on the
Yep,
camera.
they're gonna, I want to introduce them, but I want to give a little background really quickly. I am the Public Information Officer for the Clinton Township Volunteer Fire Company. And last week was one of the most amazing weeks that you can't describe it. As you know, on December 10th, one of the worst tornadoes that ever hit the United States went through western Kentucky. In terms of its destruction and loss of life, it really was historic. On Monday, the 13th, this fellow here, Matt Post, was just going through social media, noticed that there were two fire companies in particular that had lost everything, and I mean everything, even the buildings, the equipment, trucks, everything. In Casey Fire Company in Fulton County and Mayfield in Graves County, thank you. And so he thought to himself, you know, we got stuff at Clinton Township just that we're not using. I could just collect that, drive down, give it to them. So he had this idea, and so he mentioned it the next day, on Tuesday of last week now we're talking, to the fire chief here, Todd Winder. And Todd thought this was a great idea, and maybe others would want to get involved. So he contacted Hutch, or what's his real name?
Jeff Hutchins.
Right, Jeff Hutchins, thank you. Jeff Hutchins, the public safety director for the county. He thought it was a great idea. He passed it along. Literally, almost instantly, all the fire companies of Lycoming County were responding, bringing supplies. It got so big that on Wednesday night, we had an emergency meeting. We had been trying to sell the truck that we replaced this summer that you all saw, and we weren't getting quite enough for it that we wanted. We decided unanimously on Wednesday night to give our truck to the most needy fire company there in Kentucky. It meant that we were going to have to work harder in 2022. We had a meeting last night. We're going to have like 3 times the number of fundraisers to replace the value of what we did, but it was unanimous. We thought these guys need it more than we do. Thursday and Friday was preparing the truck for delivery, and all the supplies were coming. Now it started to spread to other counties. We're beginning to bring stuff. And I don't know exactly, but there might have been as many as 4 counties that brought stuff from. It was just, so now we need more drivers to go, because there's just so much to take. It's expensive. You can't just drive a fire truck 800 miles. It needed to be hauled. So we had to raise money. People were giving money. And you probably hear, but like the 911 Coalition was donated $1,000 just for the transport. Well, then along comes Ground Shakers Trucking in Muncie, said, we'll take it for you for nothing. And even the owner of the company, Nick Snyder, offered to drive. And so he drove, and one of his drivers, Travis Crop, went along. Friday night was the most moving thing I have seen in a long time. There was 7 different fire companies that were represented there, just come to send them off with lights flashing. The guys that went, Matt Post, Todd Winder, Ron Winder, Eric Evelyn, Evelyn, thank you. I never use last names. And Brad Wright, and then the Muncie, Don Knapp, who was the assistant chief of Muncie, went along as well. Those men went, along with the 2 ground shakers that drove. 14 hours to Kentucky, they'll tell you about this. Arrived in the morning, they left that evening to go back to Pennsylvania, to be back Sunday night. So it was the most astounding, spontaneous, volunteer effort I have ever been, I've even ever heard of. And so I just want to introduce especially first Matt, who was the originator of this whole monstrosity, and just come up, Matt, and just introduce yourself. Please, get up there and get recognized.
My name's Matt Poster, and with Clinton Township. I moved into the area, Clinton Township, about 2 years ago. Been with Todd for about a year now. Came out of Muncie. I lived in Muncie for about 10 years. I was in their fire department also. I was still a member with them. And like Mr. Larry said, last week, Monday evening, I was sitting there watching this news unfold and trying to figure out something that I could do. And it was just devastating to see everything that happened, and it was kind of heartbreaking. Children lost their lives. It was a rough go for them. And I thought, I have time, I have resources, I have a trailer, I have my truck. Close to Christmas, why not? So Tuesday morning, I came down and talked to Todd. I said, hey, I got these resources. I want to do something. Let's see what we can do. I said, are you on board? And he jumped on board right away without hesitation. He said, let's do it. So he reached out to Hush and put a message out to county commissioner, to the County Chiefs Association. I reached out to a couple other counties through resources that I know, and next thing you know, this snowballed into something that I could have never even imagined it going into. We took 3 pickup trucks, three enclosed trailers that were pretty full. Went down with quite the impressive convoy. We went down Ground Shaker, reached out through social media, through a bunch of different platforms, trying to figure out how in the world we're going to logistically get this fire truck down there, because it would have been driven down. It would have taken us probably an extra half a day and maybe a couple of kidney transplants later. But it was just amazing to see the community and family and the brotherhood and sisterhood of the fire department really shine through. Wasn't sure what it was going to pan out to be. I was a little nervous after the first day. I was reaching out, people trying to say, hey, lean on these people for me. I got nothing. Wednesday, it was kind of got crickets. And then Thursday morning, the outpouring. I guess it may have taken people just a little bit to go through their closets. But there's one fire department in particular in Lycoming County. They brought 3 different loads of material to us. It's a blessing. There's nothing else I can say other than, a lot of prayer came through, and God answered prayer and gave us the resources. The fuel was donated for my trip. We had numerous donations come through, and it's everything. Even Allie's Monkey Movement jumped on board with this. They donated 3 duffels of monkeys to send down, and they gave them to the chief down there. And it's a life-changing, life-altering event. I mean, it was just absolutely amazing. When we get down there, not many of us took pictures down there. Kind of wish I would have, but that's not why we did it. We did it because we wanted to support them. They were fallen. That's what we do, is we help our fallen. And that was one of the bigger reasons why I wanted to do just a fire equipment drive is everybody out there is doing drives. We went down there after we were done, talk about the truck, but we got done with everything we helped them with. And we went downtown just to kind of get a little bit better of a realization. You know, they had cases of water everywhere. They had their bare essentials covered, so I didn't, you know, it was good that we did what we did. It was strictly an operational. We wanted to support those that support their community. You know, we wanted to be able to get them back in service and get them responding to calls, because at that time they didn't have a whole lot of resources. So we wanted to do something that would let them back up and able to them to help respond and help save people's lives that are already destroyed. So it was definitely eye-opening.
Thank you. You don't have to say.
Yeah, it was a trip.
All right. So, you gotta get the mic.
Matt started this thing, and as he said, we had that 94 pumper that we replaced with in 2021 this year, and had the only legitimate offer we had on it was $8,000, and I could have scrapped the truck, cut it up, got twice that for it. And I was really fighting with our township supervisors to keep it, because it had more value to us as a reserve truck than what we were going to get for it. And when he mentioned this, we were just sitting around the firehouse. There's always people there. And I said, what do you guys think about we just give them this truck? Because we looked into it and found out that 2 fire departments were basically wiped out. We talked to the captain from one, and he said, well, we were able to salvage 1 truck. And when I mean salvage, like the side of it's bust, it was on its side. They flipped it back up, and they were still running it. Another department, Casey, Kentucky, is gone. There's just a slab that's there. All their trucks, all their equipment. They had 6 sets of gear that the guys had on their backs. They were out that night. So when we went down there, and I built this truck, I shouldn't say I built it, but I was part of the committee when we designed it in '94. And then when I become chief in '99, shortly after that, I converted it to a rescue, and I took a lot of garbage from people that, you know, it's not a rescue, it's all this, and I just kind of like, you know what, it works for us, shut up, leave us alone. We took it down to these guys, and when we unloaded it, pulled it into a farmer's shed that they were using as a facility to get things ready and to stockpile all these supplies. The fire chief finally got there. He was a little late. He come in, and they said he's a stickler for stuff being clean, even though their newest truck was older than our truck that we gave them. And he wiped the road dirt from running in the rain off the rim. He says, oh, this is going to shine up like a new penny. You know, and these guys had lost, there were 2 guys there when we were bringing equipment in that didn't have their houses anymore. And they were there putting this truck together because we didn't quite understand it at first. They had nothing. And so we packed hose for them. We put air packs on them. I mean, we completely outfitted this truck between us and Muncie and the rest of the county. And 3 fire departments, like Loyalsock donated, I think, 65 sets of turnout gear from head to toe. So and we took stuff, we took air packs. We had Montour County, Columbia County, Sullivan County, and Lycoming County fire departments donated stuff. And we were figuring on the way down and on the way back, and at a conservative estimate of $500,000 to buy a fire engine like we sent down to them. Just no frills fire pumper, and all the rest of the equipment. We were counting up how many air packs and how many sets of turnout. We took over $2 million worth of equipment to these guys. And then the best part was we're coming back home and we get this text from the captain. And he says, hey, engine 12 run its first call last night. And I said, well, and we're all on radios, and the guys are all like, well, what's their station number? What kind of call was it? And I said, well, just shut up and let me talk to the guy. Texted him, and I texted him back, and, you know, what was it? And asked him his question. He said it was a house fire. So I said, being the wise ass that I am, I said, pics or it didn't happen. So he says, I don't know if we had time to get pics. I'll check. And then he replied right back. He said, the sheriff took a couple of pictures, so he sent us pictures. And from what he was saying to us, there was our fire truck and about 20 people standing, or well, I should say standing around, but fighting this fire in Loyalsock turnout gear with air packs from the East End Fire Company in Montour County. So with an hour's worth of training and stuff in the building, and these guys, I mean, when we asked them, we said, is it going to be a problem if we go down into town? We don't want to be rubberneckers, but we got to see. And I said, I'd like to see where your fire station was. And he said, well, I have to give you, here's the address and hopefully your GPS will take it. He said, we always told people, look for the water tower and we're right below it. Well, there's basically a torn up building, a water tower in pieces beside it. It reminds you to go downtown of war-torn Europe, Germany, where everything is just bricks and blocks and old buildings. Just the destruction is incredible. We had the tornado in '85, and I've seen a lot of stuff there that I thought, wow, the wind has a lot of power. Nothing compared to this. We were by the candle factory that's in the news, and these folks out there didn't have any gear. This tornado come on them, and the people from the Salem Fire Department that were there, they were telling us that they were at the candle factory, and they were climbing over the girders, and they dropped themselves down into voids looking around for people. And in my mind as a chief, I'm like, that building's unstable, you don't have the proper equipment, you're not a technical rescue team, this sort of stuff. And then I thought to myself, we'd have done the same damn thing, it was our community. But when you look at it, the destruction is incredible. And as I said, I can only hope that if something like that happened up here, there'd be firemen from all over the country saying, hey, we're coming. But we were one of 4 trucks that were taken down. One truck they gave to a neighboring company before we got there. They could have took this one, and they said, no, we waited for yours because you said we were bringing it to you, so we're taking yours. And there was another truck that somebody unfortunately kind of got rid of, something that has no value, and they said, we're sending that up to Tennessee. So it's kind of funny, but they were, it was amazing. These people had lost everything, and they were making sure they were ready to protect their community. And while I got the bully pulpit, I gotta say it, they're not funded. They're a user-based fire department, not a tax base. And they were more of a city than Clinton Township is, less population, but they had red lights. We only got one out on 15. And street signs were gone, everything was gone. It was amazing. But when they told us that, we made them sign an agreement that said, I don't care if you wreck it, you call us first, because it's our last original truck that we built that we didn't let get out into the country, sold somewhere, scrapped, whatever. And I said, I'm very sentimental to it. If I gotta come bring it back, I wanna know before you get rid of it. And he was dead serious. He said, we'll have this truck 15 years from now running it. And that floored me, because we're fortunate that we're able to raise money and be funded somewhat that we can afford to buy new equipment. These guys, everything's mismatched to begin with. They were running an old military airport fueling rig as a tanker truck down there. And that's the only truck they had left that wasn't completely damaged. And but it has a hole in the back of it now, but it still runs and drives. They're going to fix it, keep running. It just, to me, is like, I'm hoping FEMA and Kentucky, all that, I'm hoping that, those people take care of them and get them fixed up, because they don't realize what they got there in those people. I don't think a lot of people in the country realize what they have with the volunteers, but it was an honor to take this thing down, and I can't say thank you enough for you guys considering us using that low boy. And honestly, Eric Evelyn, my assistant chief, works out there at the landfill for you guys, and he said, that tractor of ours, he said, if we had took it with that truck, we'd probably still be trying to get there, because he just said it doesn't run. And when we were getting an escort out, we had a little prayer in the foyer of the fire station. The state police were there that were escorting us, and the guy from Ground Shaker says, how do you guys want to run? 70, 5 over, 10 over? What do you want? This female officer, she's like, la, 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 la. And she says, I don't care. And state police escorted us to the county line, and then Clinton County state police picked us up to 80. And if we wanted to run 120 mile an hour, that truck would have done it. We had trouble keeping up with him sometimes, and it was a great trip. And like I said, we thank you, because we were trying to find a tractor to use with your low boy, and we got it out there. And honestly, the low boy at the landfill, we wouldn't have got our truck on it. He had a special, $200,000 low boy trailer, and there was some things that he didn't like about it. He said, this is like the 4th thing that's been on it. He was calling the company. But they, great people. It was amazing. Proud that we were part of it. And again, thank you guys for even considering it, because when I told people working with the landfill to see if we can use their truck and take it. Like, the commissioners aren't gonna let you guys use it. And I said, I've already talked to them, they're considering it. I've been out to York, so I said, these guys aren't the enemy, you know, and no offense, I said, they work for us. And I said, they know a good thing when they see it. I said, we're gonna get this truck there. But to drive it 62-mile-an-hour top speed, uphill, downhill with a tailwind, it doesn't matter. And it would have been up against the governor, and we might have blown it up till we got it out there. But they went to a house fire, and as soon as the house fire was over, they were cleaning up, got called to a wreck and went with it. So, I mean, that made me proud that the old girl's out there still working for some folks, and by the sounds of it, they're gonna take damn good care of it. So, thank you again, and for everything. And we just played a small part. We're not really looking for recognition or anything. We just, you know, we weren't like Pence and what's his name from Kentucky. They were in town when we was putting this truck together. And they were with their photo ops, and we were putting the truck together and giving them supplies. And that's fine with me. But it was something to be part of. I mean, hope it never happens to us. I don't know where you begin. But thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Chief. I go back to my prayer this morning. It says, let us during this season remember those that are less fortunate in this season of giving. And Matt, you had an idea. You went with it. And it spurred into a offering of love. It showed the best of not only our county, but other counties. The volunteer fire companies are a special brotherhood.
Amen.
And sisterhood. And I encourage everyone in this community, when you see a fundraiser, stop and buy a sausage sandwich or a hot dog. Go to the carnival, support them, help them. Join them.
There's a job for everyone.
Yeah, they've gone from 300,000 down to 30,000 statewide. And they are the heart and soul of our communities. They give like no one can give, their time, their efforts. I was fortunate enough to know the Conkle family for the last 50 years. His dear friends, senior just passed. Great guy. He was the definition of a servant for his church and his fire company, his community. Watching his service and all the brotherhood and sisterhood that was there from the firefighters, out of respect, was tremendous. And you guys continue that legacy. And we can't even begin to thank you enough for spearheading this, taking it to people that are truly hurting the worst possible. I mean, you just said 2 people didn't have their homes. And where are they at? They're at the firehouse, serving the community.
And they don't have a firehouse anymore.
Yeah, they don't have a firehouse.
They're working out of a gas station, and the doors aren't big enough for them to put the trucks in. So I don't know what they're doing with the cold weather. It's just, but it's amazing. I seen a lot of us in them down there because my department's kind of a don't tell us no. I mean, we had the fire in our building, and in '97 we worked overnight and we was never out of service. Our trucks were haul sizers. You know, we got the building to where it would pass an inspection so we could still use it. It was back in it on Monday, and these guys are doing the same thing. They're doing whatever they got to do to be in service, and it's pretty incredible. Because the devastation down there, it is, the pictures don't do it justice. It is indescribable. Indescribable.
You know, we will share your story, but share your story with our children, because what you did by example teaches them so many things, and it's a great lesson for all of us to hear and learn. I thank you on behalf of the citizens of this county for teaching by your example. It's really amazing.
I'd just like to add, you're one of the toughest persons I've ever met. And we've had our fair, but I like to ride a motorcycle and I like to travel the county. And there's one thing I can say about you and your department, as well as most volunteer fire departments, is that whenever you go by, there's someone always there. I can't tell you how many times I've seen you sitting on that chair out in front. And I think it was your daughter?
Yeah.
Your daughter serves as well.
All 3 of them.
All 3 of them. And the service, the dedication that you all give to our communities is incredible. And it's seen, there's no question about it. But just to add, we need volunteers. And when you give, you know, you feel the best. And volunteering in a fire company is just something that you'll treasure the rest of your life. And Matt, thank you for thinking about it. It's sometimes you just let things go by, and I mean, incredible. One day later, they're using the truck. It's
Same night.
It's
Same night.
Same night. It's a blessing.
We weren't even to the
hours.
hotel.
It's
It's 2 hours.
It's a blessing.
2 hours from the time we helped them put it in service. When we left, all they had to do was put water in it. And I was talking to my contact down there, who's an EMA of the next county over. That's how this whole started. After we birthed the idea, and I was talking to him on the phone, and he said, "You guys weren't even to the hotel," and they got hit with their first structure fire. So it was literally.
Just in time.
If we would have dug our feet a little bit more, we may have been able to even
Might have been able to go.
throw some gear on and give them a hand. You know, it was.
And Larry, thank you. for
I want to
everything.
add, while this is all going on, we're still answering ambulance calls and all. It
Yeah,
didn't
I had to
stop
make sure I
during
had
all
to
this
keep-
time. We were still
we had to
doing,
keep
we were
people.
still
took
running.
5 of us and had to make sure there was more than wanted to go, and I said, look, we still gotta be a fire department.
Yeah.
You know, and everything, and
We
I
were still
just
running.
wanna say to you guys, because you and I, Tony, have butted heads an awful lot, but you guys gotta understand one thing about me, is it's not personal. I'm vice chairman of the Fire Chiefs Association, I'm chief of my department. I will butt heads with elected officials to get what I need, or what my guys need. I represent people like you do, so understand, it's never been personal, it's always business.
Never taken
You know,
it.
How
good.
many calls have we responded to this year? So
We're over 650, we're probably gonna top 700, 750 this year. It's gonna be the highest year we've ever had.
that's more than 2 a day. Think of that.
Yeah, and it's not uncommon for us to have 3 and 4 of them within a couple hours. It's been
Nonstop.
not just the pandemic, but it's just been crazy. And I don't know where, you guys have heard me say at the Chiefs meetings, I don't know where that straw is that breaks our back, you know, because we're being called to Muncie and Hughesville, Watsontown, Montgomery, even Southside. The other night, 2 weeks ago, our ambulance was called to the city. We were the 16th due ambulance, and a paramedic was coming from another county. That's how tied up everything was in Lycoming County. We were the 16th due ambulance for a certain call, and they called us, because I even said to my wife, I said, something really exploded, because I wasn't paying attention to the radio, and it was just that ambulances were committed. You know, we're all helping each other, and we're fortunate here. Down there, their help is 50 miles away. So it was, like I said, it was amazing. It was a life-changing experience. I don't ever want to see that around here, because I don't know where I'd begin. Honestly, I don't know where I'd begin. I don't know where any of us would begin, because we couldn't respond to something like that and save lives. Maybe a couple, but it's just they're still looking for people down there. It's so sad. So, but thank you.
We also want
Thank
to
you.
thank Shaker and the owner.
Yeah, Ground Shaker. Those
Ground
guys
Shaker
are-
and the owner and everyone.
All the drivers.
All the drivers, everyone who donated, everybody played a role and a part. I want to thank everyone for their generosity.
I hate to say it, but it was fun. You know, we were on the way down, we were joking and stuff on the radio with everybody, and we stopped for fuel, and we kept moving. We didn't stop very long, and so we kind of, firemen are stupid, we kind of make bad jokes about things to keep our minds off of it. But when we got down there, it was like getting hit with a sucker punch to the jaw. It come hurtling home to you. But those guys from Ground Shaker, I mean, for somebody and we told him, we have donations, we're gonna take care of your fuel. He goes, no, you're not. And I said, yes, we are. No, you're not. So the money that, we still have some donations coming in, the money that is left over, we have all our fuel and stuff paid for. We're sending equally to Casey and Mayfield Graves fire departments, where I got the addresses to their chief. So I said, I'm not sending it, no offense to your county commissioners or some government official. I want to make sure it gets right to your fire department. So that's our plan with it. So it's been quite an experience.
Thank you.
Todd, you're late for a
Yeah, we
Chiefs
gotta,
meeting.
we gotta get to a meeting for the
Thank you
Chiefs.
all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
See you later. Thank you.
That's the inspiration and positivity that we love to see. You know, it's just tremendous.
And one man's initiative, that's what I was talking about, teaching our children. Matt took the initiative to say, I can do something, and then he went out and he made it happen. And of course, all the volunteers who put themselves out for someone else, so it is a great story.
Okay, 7.2.
Fine.
Good morning, yes.
Morning.
Wonderful story to see that humanity is restored.
Yes.
We haven't seen that for quite a
We
while.
have.
You might as well run,
You want me to do my action items?
yeah,
Since I'm up
8.1
here?
through 8.6 as well.
So for 7.2, I'm acknowledging that the county is going to be requesting bids for a no-till drill from the monies from the nutrient trading, which we transfer to the CAP plan. It's going to assist to purchase this, so it'll be 100% grant funded when it's all said and done. The action items I have, the first one is 8.1. It's vote to approve amendment to agreement with Murphy, Butterfield, and Holland. This is just to extend his term till next year, December 31st, 2022.
Any motion?
I'll move to approve.
Now second?
Fair side?
Aye.
Aye, so carried.
The next item, 8.2, is vote to approve the CCAP and PCCD grant award for the Criminal Justice Advisory Board Technical Assistance and Training Grant. This is a 2022 budgeted item, and this is a renewal grant that we consistently have got over the past several years. And this is to assist, it's a partnership that we do with Lycoming College for them to do the recidivism study.
Okay. Have a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Now second?
All fair side?
Aye.
The next item I have is to vote to approve the DCNR grant amendment for the Susquehanna Riverwalk extension project. This is just to extend the term to allow us to complete the project. And we're asking the revised period to be December 31st, 2022.
Okay. Sharon, do you have any comments?
We're just waiting for Army Corps to approve
Yeah.
the design.
Okay, a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Now second?
All fair side?
Aye.
The next item I have, 8.4, is the vote to approve agreement with Columbia County Board of Commissioners. This is a renewal agreements with, for inmate housing for the prison to be used on an as-needed basis. And the cost is $70 per day per occupant.
A motion?
Move to approve.
Now second?
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye, so carried.
8.5 is vote to approve agreement with Scotilla Psychological Services. This is for psychological evaluations and provide expert services to the public defenders on an as-needed basis. Again, a renewal agreement.
A motion?
I'll move to approve.
Now second?
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye, so carried.
And my last item, 8.6, is vote to award the ITB for collection and disposal of trash and recyclable materials for Lycoming County facilities to Bradham. They were the lowest bidder and the sole bidder, but also their pricing is really good. So I highly recommend that we proceed with the award.
A motion?
I'll move to approve.
Now second?
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye, so carried.
That's it, thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, 8.7, Kate Nichols, vote to approve agreement with Steel Fusion Clinical Toxicology.
Toxicology, yep.
Yep, it's there.
Good morning.
Laboratory. This is a 2022 budgeted item.
Morning, Kate.
Morning. So this is who we use for our oral swabs for any users of opioids. We can get typically 48-hour turnaround time. We can have results rather than autopsying all of these people, so we're saving thousands and thousands of dollars. We do roughly 30 a year, and the cost is $350 a case.
Huge savings.
Huge savings.
Yeah, for regular autopsy.
Yep.
Okay, motion?
I'll move to approve.
Now second?
All fair side?
Aye.
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 So carried.
8.8, Kate?
Sure. So this is voting to approve our agreement with Forensic Pathology Associates in Allentown. for all of our autopsies, and then our blood panels get sent there as well. Right now, we're looking at roughly $2,000 to $5,000 in autopsy, and we're doing annually 20 to 30 a year. As the trauma center keeps going at UPMC, that will increase, but for now, we haven't seen that yet.
$2,000 to $5,000.
$2,000 to $5,000 in autopsy. Usually the babies are closer to 5,000.
Why are they more expensive?
They send their brain for studies, so that gets really, really expensive.
Have a motion.
I'll move to approve.
I'll say.
All fair side?
Aye.
Carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate.
8.9, Jason Yorks, vote to approve landfill leachate treatment agreement with Kelly Township Municipal Authority. This is a 2022 budgeted item.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Jason.
8.9, this is a leachate treatment agreement that we will have with Kelly Township Municipal Authority. This will be an as-needed basis. This is a 2.5 cents a gallon price for treating leachate. So if we need to truck leachate, we use our trucking services, and Kelly's one of our outlets for leachate services.
Interesting.
And these
What's the
payments
average
come-
gallons on transporting?
What's that, sir?
When they transport the leachate, how many gallons are they usually taking?
I believe we're usually getting 4,000, depending on the truck we use. They're usually getting 4,000 to 5,000 gallons. We haven't had to truck leachate now for a month or so, but luckily things have been dry.
Yeah.
So it's 2.5 cents a gallon, so a $4,000 gallon truck costs about $100 per tree.
Yeah, give or take,
Yeah. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, and that comes out of our revenues at the landfill.
Yep, all covered by revenue and rent.
A motion?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye, so carried.
8.10, Jason?
Yeah, Commissioners, this is a proven agreement with Deacon Equipment Amendment to their contracts. Well, actually, this is a new contract. We just finished up here at the end of this year, we're finishing up a 5-year contract with Deacon Equipment for as-needed basis work for the tub grinders. The prices stayed the same the entire 5 years. We're entering into a 3-year PSA. The prices did go up, of course, as everybody's prices are going up, but we now will have a new 3-year contract with Deacon Equipment.
How much of an increase was it, Jason?
Depends, sir. If it was like field labor, that went up 14%, went from 115 to 135. Overtime went from 125 an hour to 150. Travel rate went from $60 to $70 an hour. Mileage rate went from $1.70 to $2.25. And maintenance, just the general maintenance we're using, it went from 105 to 120. They were all like 12%, 14%, 16%. The mileage rate went up 24%. So they held it for 5 years. We don't use them that often. This is, again, if something were to happen to the tub grinder and we can't fix it, we'll call it in.
Okay.
It's an as-needed basis.
And this is on the 2022 budget item?
Yeah.
Okay. A motion?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye, so carried.
And Jason, 8.11?
Yes, Commissioners, lastly, along the same lines, this is the 2022 rates for highway equipment. We have a PSA with highway equipment. They are our Volvo dealer. So there's occasionally we need to bring them in for service work on a particular piece of Volvo equipment. They gave us a rate increase, not a significant one, but still like 3% generally. So I think it averaged out about 3% on everything. On their shop rate, overtime, field rate, mileage, so forth. This will be, granted, this will probably be for 1 year. We're gonna get out of this one. Sure, they typically have a rate increase like everybody every year.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
Motion?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, so carried.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Jason.
8.12, Shannon Rossman. Vote to approve redevelopment assistance capital program, RCAP, or correction, RACP, funding for the Lycoming County Levy Improvement 2 project. This is a 2022 budget item.
Where's
Commissioners,
Jason?
good morning. What this is we had originally received a $1 million RACP grant from the state for the relief well project, which is currently being bid out. Those bids are now due January 7th through pen bid. And when we first opened up the bids, they came in at $3.7 million, which was quite a bit higher than expected, even with inflation. So we asked for an additional $750,000, which we were just told we received. So this is a 50-50 grant, so we'll have $1.75 million. This can only cover the construction work, so it's the wells that have to be replaced, not the wells that have to be tested. So, but we can match the funds with the wells that have to be tested. So, we should be good to go. We're hoping that the bids come in around 3.5 or less. We're really hoping for closer to 3, but we don't know.
Shannon, set up a time with us so we can review the funding,
Sure.
see who's all part of it.
Mhm. For each part of the levy with
Yep.
the different,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But one of the nice things is with this project, with the bids being accepted on the 7th, and then we will open them the following Tuesday at the Commissioners meeting, as long as we get a decent bid, we'll be able to, it'll probably be a 12 to 18 month process, and then those relief wells will be fixed. So both Williamsport and South Williamsport.
Good
And that's
news.
that is one of those key items for recertification.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
We want to thank, the letter comes from Governor Wolf's office, and it's the governor who authorized the release of the funds. And we want to thank him, we also want to thank our local elected state officials for their, Senator Yon and the representatives for their efforts to secure this money from for us. It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, Senator Yon, Representative Ham, Representative Whelan, they were all involved in this process.
All the RACP funding has been, I believe what they say, Lycoming County's 14 for 14.
All I can say is that the governor has been instrumental in funding
Absolutely.
and been a very good partner for Lycoming County.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good point, Commissioner Metzger. I think that we've applied for 14 grants and we've received 14 grants.
We've been doing pretty well, I don't want to jinx us.
No, and thanks to the planning department for your work in putting this together and doing all the follow-up and closing the loopholes, and I don't mean loopholes, I mean doing the follow-up with all of our elected officials to get things done, and with Harrisburg and everything.
Yeah, we work with Delta Development on this,
Yep.
and they've been very helpful with bridging some of the interesting issues that you have to deal with RACP. It's not the easiest funding to deal with.
They've done a tremendous job. Okay, can I have a motion?
I'll move to approve. I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you, Shane.
8.13, John Lavelle, vote to approve DEP grant amendment for watershed protection credit program.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning, John.
Simply, this is a request to extend that WRPP grant until December 31st of 2022. And then also, this grant is the source of funding to restabilize the Muncie Creek stream bank there off of Ray Street in Hughesville.
Okay, any questions? I have a motion. I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So carried, thank you, John.
Thank you, Commissioner.
8.14, Beth Baylor, vote to approve agreement with Keystone Communications.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Beth.
This is a 2022 budgeted item that will be covered with the FEMA 911 funding. It's a contract with Keystone Communications for the technical maintenance and repair of the legacy base station radios. Also the 3rd Street Plaza backup dispatch consoles, the GPS timing services, and the key call alarm system, which monitors all of the alarm systems at our tower sites. In the amount of $23,371.19 for the year of 2022.
What was it, 23,000?
$23,371.19 for the year.
Okay, thank you.
So, Beth, how does this get covered by FEMA? Or FEMA, I'm sorry, by FEMA? Is it, I thought they did more of response to disasters. This is sort of a thinking ahead of the game, funding us ahead of the game. But that's great, I'm thrilled that it is. What's the thinking behind the FEMA?
No, it's covered by FEMA, FEMA 911 funding.
Oh, your FEMA 911
FEMA
funding,
911
I'm sorry, I was,
Okay.
no, I understand now, this is our 911 funding, got it.
We're under the 911 funding.
Yep,
Beth,
makes total sense.
is Keystone, is this part of the duties that Scott Conkle used to do in his role?
No, this is actually a contract that we always carry through Keystone.
Okay.
Yes.
No, the other duties are, that's a different contract with,
Okay.
with Keystone for those duties. We actually have multiple different contracts with Keystone. You're gonna see a couple more coming through as well. Like this is the legacy radio. We have contracts for them on the different equipment that we have, and we keep them all separate on those different equipment. So this is just for the old legacy, like if we completely lost radio system, this is the very old where we have to switch tower to tower to talk to the different fire departments and things like that. Like this is the very old backup, and it runs this is the backup center over at 3rd Street Plaza, the contract for maintenance over there as well.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Any other questions?
Are these base stations literally located out at Bald Eagle, Cemetery Hill, et cetera?
Yep, there. This is, this covers all of them at the different 12 locations for these backup bases.
Right, okay.
A motion?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Beth.
9.0, Commissioner's comment.
So tell everyone to have a nice holiday.
Have a nice holiday, pay attention to your neighbors. You
Yep.
know, I mean, there are many elderly people that lost their loved ones. You know, pay attention to them. You know, if you see an elderly person in a restaurant sitting by themselves, go up to them, see if they want to join you. And just try to be kind and, you know, everybody needs a little bit of help here and there, that's for sure.
And maybe appreciate all that we're blessed with as Chief Winder and Matt and Larry reminded us that it's only a storm away before everything that we take for granted is gone. So appreciate that.
Okay.
Public comment?
We have a gentleman here this morning. Thank you for joining us. We'd love to hear from you.
Good morning, Commissioners. I just want to say a couple things. One is thank you.
Could you just state your name?
Dwayne Hirschberg.
We have to, for that.
I understand. Dwayne Hirschberg, I'm the Executive Director at Greater Lycoming Habitat for Humanity. Thank you for including us in the fair grant application for next year. I've been here about 6 months as the Executive Director, but I've been with Habitat for Humanity since 1989. Most of those years were as a staff person with Habitat International, and I did a lot of organizational consulting, including with Greater Lycoming Habitat 10 to 15 years ago. And coming up here, I was, and I'm still astonished at the depth of goodwill and support for Habitat from elected officials like yourself, from community leaders, from churches, from individuals. Our support from all of those areas is strong and growing. And with home funds, with fair funds, we're able to build houses, as well as the generosity of individuals and organizations in the community. Our board of directors is strong. We're well represented with a number of key leaders in banks and organizations and other areas from the community. And we've been building at the rate of one house about every 18 months over the past number of years. But we're laying groundwork to increase our capacity to do 2 homes per year for the next 5 years. And in conversations with the city of Williamsport and South Williamsport, looking at conveying property to us, a total of 10 buildable lots. And those conversations have been ongoing for the past year or so and have been making progress, and we expect conveyance to take place in early 2022. So the property is in the pipeline. As far as we know, it's just a matter of paperwork and going through the appropriate processes for that to happen. And we're going to wind up with 10 buildable lots within the next number of months. We anticipate that. So the continued support for that is much appreciated, and we're developing some internal ways for that to keep happening. And later today or tomorrow, I'll be bringing a request as part of the ARPA funds that are available to help subsidize it. It's considerably less than the original numbers that I looked at with you and with Mr. McDermott a few months ago. But we whittled it down, increased the funding prospects from some other sources, and are looking forward to putting 10 families in homes that are built on what's currently vacant land, and turning that into the tax base with a rate of return probably less than 20 years for the total investment that we're asking for in terms of tax funds to the county and the city and the schools. We're excited about it, and our leaders are excited about it. And I just wanted to thank you again for your past support for the fair grant inclusion, and look forward to keep working with you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, maybe for those who don't know the model of Habitat for Humanity who are watching, because we actually are live.
Sure.
Maybe you can just explain quickly how the people are selected and how they participate in their sweat equity, et cetera, and how they buy the house at the end of the day.
Exactly. Thank you, Commissioner. So there are 3 criteria for home ownership with Habitat for Humanity. First of all, somebody needs to be living in substandard housing, and that can include a variety of things. Utility systems that don't work, poor living conditions, it may be an unsafe neighborhood, or there's a variety of things that constitute that. That's the first criteria. The second is being willing to partner with Habitat, which simply means being willing to contribute several hundred hours of working on their own house. That teaches new homeowners a lot about how to maintain their home. If they help build things, they know how things are put together and can help with maintenance after that. And the third criteria is being able to pay back the mortgage. Habitat is not a giveaway program. We sell the house at no profit and no interest. And usually with a 30-year mortgage at no interest, that's paid back to Habitat for Humanity. That money then goes into a fund that helps to fund future home building. And it's a model that works in all 50 states and all around the world. So that's the criteria for home ownership. We're already active in selecting up to 3 families for the bills that we have coming up. And we've got 3 families that we're working with on completing the applications, and we expect at least 2 of them to qualify for the 2022 bills. We're going to continue that for the next number of years, selecting several families on those 3 criteria.
Thank you. I mean, it's important that people understand it's not a giveaway. People are putting the sweat equity in it. It's actually rebuilding our communities because it's making those tax bases bigger. So it's helping all our taxpayers.
Could I just add that for many of our families, it's the first time in their family's generational history that after the mortgage is paid off, They own the house free and clear, just like any of us do who don't have a mortgage. That's often the first time in that family's history where there's an estate to pass on to the next generation. So it also accumulates a nest egg and wealth that can get transferred to another generation that can be used to, as a home equity, to start a business or invest in ways that can continue to grow prosperity.
It's an excellent point.
Yeah, that's a good point. And also, sometimes the children will live in the house. So you have multiple generations, after the parents are deceased as part of the estate, the children can live there if they need a place to live.
And we're taking families out of a situation where often they have to move continuously, where there's a stable home environment. And there are just many stories of children growing up in habitat homes and of the impact of the stability that brings in education and just the life journey that people have. I've been lucky to be part of this all my life, and I'll keep doing it as long as they let me.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Any other public comment at this time? Any online?
There's nothing online.
So we've completed our agenda, and our next meeting will be Tuesday, December the 28th at 10 a.m. And everybody, please enjoy your Christmas, and we look forward to seeing you next week. No, we don't. You want spice? I'll give you some spicy food. Spice your bread. Hey,
It's okay.
are we gonna talk?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let's hear you talk. Yeah.
Do you want a paper copy too?
Thank you. Thank you, Larry.
Great job.
See you later.
Thank you, Pat. Take
Pat,
care.
have a nice Christmas.